digital phase detector, which is one of the basic building block of PLL. So in that various phase detectors are there. Let's see the first XOR phase detector. As we know, the XOR works in when the odd number of 1 is there, the output is 1, or we can say when there is a difference of phase. Let's say one of the input is an input frequency and another the frequency of a VCO. So from the truth table we can understand when there is a low high or high low, there will be high, and else there will be a low. So let us say if these two frequencies are there which are differing in certain frequency, so when they are differing in phases, the high will be produced. When both the levels are same, it will be indicated by low. So in this way the XOR phase detector works. Now what we see in the XOR phase detector, when there is a phase difference, the high is generated, and accordingly the average value will be acting as a error voltage. So in this we observe when the phase difference is going increasing from 0 to pi, it is linearly increasing. But after pi to 2 pi, it is linearly decreasing. So this is applicable when we can say the waveforms are of a nature which are having a duty cycle more than this 50%. Now the next is RS or JK is triggered phase detector, and this is useful if we are applying the input frequency and FO frequency to the inputs of SR or JK. This is usually useful when the duty cycle is less than 50%, means a narrow type of pulses are there, then it is useful. In this what we observe that the characteristics with the error voltage with phase difference between Fi and FO, that it is throughout linear from 0 to 2 pi, which what in the earlier case in XOR we have seen 0 to pi it is linearly increasing and pi to 2 pi it is linearly decreasing. So it was not a linear one, but in RS or JK is triggered, we say it is a linear one till the 2 pi. That's why it is more preferred, and this type of detector has better capture, tracking and locking characteristics, as DC output voltage is linear up to 360° compared to 180° in case of XOR detector. Now let's see the pin configuration of the IC 565, which is acting as a PLL IC. So we observe pin 1 is a negative of VCC supply voltage, pin 2 and 3 is acting as an input, pin 4 is a VCO output, pin 5 is phase detector VCO input, pin 6 is reference output, pin 7 is demodulated output, pin 8 is external resistor what we connect as a for VCO, and pin 9 is a external capacitor which we connect to VCO, and this external R and C decides the free running frequency. Pin 10 is a plus VCC, and from pin 11 to 14 they are not connected or that are not used. So these are the pin configuration of IC 565. Now some of the electrical characteristics of PLL IC 565 are: the operating frequency range is from 0.001 Hertz to 500 kilohertz. So it is able to lock very low frequency right from 0.001 up Hertz to 500 kilohertz. The operating voltage range is plus minus 6 volt to plus minus 12 volt. Input impedance of this 565 is 10 kilo ohm typically. Output sink current 1 milliampere typically. Output source current is 10 milliampere typically. Drift in VCO center frequency with temperature, means the changes in center frequency with temperature is 300 parts per million per degree centigrade typically. Drift in VCO center frequency with supply voltage, it is 1.5% per volt maximum. Input level required for tracking is as low as 10 millivolt RMS value minimum to 3 volt peak to peak maximum. The bandwidth adjustment range is right from less than plus minus 1% to greater than plus minus 60%. So these are the some of the electrical characteristics of IC 565. The internal block diagram of this IC 565 can be observed like this one. This phase detector, it has a two inputs. We can say input pin 2 and 3, which is connected to error amplifier, in which the internal register 3.6 kilo ohm is internally connected, and this pin 7 is acting as a demodulated output. Pin 10 is a plus VCC, and the feedback is there to VCO, in which pin 8 and 9 we can connect the external resistor and capacitor, which will decide the free running frequency. Pin 1 is a negative supply voltage, and the output of VCO is a pin 4, and these can be connected to pin 5 or phase comparator VCO input. This pin 4 and 5 can be connected. Now this free running frequency is given by 1.2 upon 4 times R1 and C1. These external resistor and capacitor will decide the free running frequency. The locking range is given by plus minus 8 FO by V, or supply voltage difference. We can say plus V minus minus V. So we can see it is a peak to peak supply voltage, where FO is a free running frequency of VCO, and the capture range is given by plus minus square root of FL by 2 pi RC, where R is the internal resistor of 3.6 kilo ohm and a capacitor C2, which will connect externally. So the capture range is decided by this formula, plus minus square root of FL by 2 pi 3.6 kilo into C2.